Well, good morning. It's a beautiful winter morning. The frost is just burning off right now. Today we're going to talk about how we get heavy stuff out of the truck bed. So this is actually the LoadHandler 3000 for full-size trucks. They actually make a smaller version for smaller trucks. But we've had this for over 2 years and we've unloaded a ton of stuff. And when we looked at the first reviews, we thought, well, it's just a gimmick. Well, we don't like to review anything until we've used it a lot. And we have used this a lot, and I'm very, very happy with it. So let's look at the particulars of how it works. Okay. First of all, it attaches here to the truck bed just with these straps. And these outside straps, I'll mention these because when you actually drop the truck bed, these come off. But while driving, I always have these attached. These inside ones are a little tricky to attach because you have to run them under the tailgate and then back up and clip. But really, it goes on with one person in about 2 minutes. The other thing we need to mention is this does not come with the LoadHandler. This was recommended by people. It's got a textured side and it's got a smooth side. Now this is PVC, and on a cold morning it's pretty stiff. It'll loosen up during the day. But the importance of this is this smooth side allows the fabric to flow over it nicely. Otherwise, especially if you have a spray-in bed liner, this gets caught up on it and you can't unload until you get down to about 1,000 pounds. You want to be able to utilize it at up to 3,000. It's what it's rated for. So the way it works is these Velcro tabs come off. And you simply pull it forward. And you want to make sure the fabric is all the way up to the front, and sometimes you put it on the hood, but I like to tuck it down behind. Okay, and run it forward a little bit, because when they actually dump the load in here, it can sometimes pull the fabric out and then you'll miss everything up in the front here. So if you do it this way, it'll keep that from happening. Now sometimes, like I said, I put it up here for rock, because that keeps the rock from hitting the window, because when they dump that stuff in here, if it's a good driver, they're really careful, but sometimes you can get some rocks on your back window, and that's not a good thing. Now this handle, you got to be careful when you put the device on the truck bed, because even though it's got a bend in there, to get it away from the truck, you could potentially be hitting the bumper or your tail light, depending on how your truck is designed. But it's really designed to be totally clear of the truck when the tailgate is down. The other thing is that the handle does not attach in there. So as you're winding, sometimes you'll stop in that position and it can fall out. And that happens sometimes, but I don't know that it's really necessary to have anything there to hold it in, because it works fine anyway. But that's it. It's pretty simple. Another thing to consider is when they dump loads in the back at a landscaping place or an excavating facility, they're not real particular on exactly how much is in there. You may load this up above 3,000, and even up around 3,000, it has some difficulty. So you may have to shovel some of it out by hand to get it down below 3,000 pounds. But after that, it works pretty well. The other thing is, if you're loading it, especially with wood, I tend to put flat pieces of wood on the bottom first, like firewood, and then throw stuff on top, because those flat pieces spread out the load and allow it to slide a little bit better. So let's load this up and see how it works. Okay, once you've got it all loaded up, all you got to do is crank away. And you can see he's not huge, he's only 13, but he's got plenty of strength to get us all out of here.
see, we've got it all spread out here. And we're set for the road. So because our landscape supply place is a little bit of a distance, we actually fill the entire payload capacity of our truck, which is 4,000 pounds or 2 ton. So I got 2 ton, today is CA6. And what we do is just manually unload the first roughly 1,000 pounds. And at that point, we can start cranking the handle to get the remaining 3,000. So you can see the truck actually is going to have a little bit remaining on either side where the bed liner does not go, and some of the gravel works its way under there, but that's a whole lot better than scooping out the entire 3,000 pounds. So we just kind of scoop that out and sweep it when we're done, and then go back for another load.
Well, thanks for watching. I just want to mention that LoadHandler did not call us and ask us to do this. We just like to give reviews on things that we find handy, and we usually do that, like I said at the beginning, after we've used it for a long time. So if you've subscribed, thank you very much. We love your comments, and we'll answer them when we can. And if you haven't, please subscribe and join us on our journey.